I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on the Spotlight Network, we dive into a powerful book. It is called Vindication. It is an intriguing novel written by a wonderful author. Her name is Elizabeth Muir-Lewis. This compelling story follows a young man accused of a crime he didn't commit and his journey of self-discovery through the world of acting. Join us as we explore themes of redemption, ambition, and how life's unexpected turns can lead us to newfound passions. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank the team at Prime 7 Media for helping us put him in the spotlight today. And we ask viewers like you to support authors like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing her amazing book. The links are below this interview. Elizabeth, thank you so much for joining me here today on Spotlight.
Lovely to be here with you. Yeah.
Wonderful to have you on the show. This is an amazing book. It almost feels like it's ripped out of today's headlines in a way. So many people are accused nowadays of sex crimes that they may have committed, they didn't commit. There's a lot of false accusations flying out there. Is that a little bit of the inspiration for Vindication? Tell us what inspired you to write this story.
Yes, I suppose it is in a way, because one does read about people accused of things and then they can't answer because for very, I mean, I know many people who've been accused of touching up women or whatnot, and they haven't done, but it's all to do with times change, don't they? I mean, now if you put your hand on a woman's shoulder, you're accused of assaulting her, which is crazy.
Yeah,
But
it is.
in this case, it just happened to work out because as a writer, um, one of the amazing things is that quite often the writing gets away from you, and you suddenly find my young man in the story. I didn't plan that this would happen to him, but when it did, then it developed into how he got out, how he managed to get his friend to solve it for him.
Yeah.
It kind of got away from me, and I loved writing it. It was great
Yeah.
fun.
It's amazing when the story just takes on a life of its own, where you develop a character and you're not sure where the journey is
Yeah,
going to lead them, and it
yeah,
leads them into remarkable places. Why
yes.
did you choose acting as a place of safe haven
Now,
for your
that's a very
character?
good question. I don't know, because in actual fact, as a singer, the
Mhm.
whole process of learning to act and learning to sing, going on tour, experimenting, seeing what you can do and what you can't do, it's very similar. And for some reason, I chose a young man who wanted to act. And it kind of worked, I thought, actually. In fact,
Absolutely.
there's a section in it which you may have read, where they go to a B&B and the landlady says she loves to have actors there because they're such great people to come. She said, I hate singers because they're always singing at me.
That's
Which,
funny. So that was a little jab at yourself there, no doubt. Tell us if music influenced your writing at all. I mean, the prose is very lyrical. Perhaps that is your influence?
yes, it does. Obviously, don't they always say a writer should write what they know?
Yes.
And I know what the singing world is all about and what it's like to sing and how to learn to sing and how to teach singing.
Yeah.
So yes, it's my latest book, which is no longer not yet published, is
Mhm.
all about in part a pianist. Uh, my third book, which was about the great tenor Richard Lewis, and I was his wife, and I traveled the world with him, and so I understood what made him tick, and I wrote this book about my travels with him. So singing comes into it very much.
Yeah. Amazing, amazing. Let's give the folks at home an overview of the story of Vindication. Tell them a little bit about the story.
Well, it starts, fun enough, my ancestors all came from Scotland,
Hmm.
even though I spent my life in England and I speak like an English woman rather than a Scotswoman, and to my regret, actually.
Hmm.
And so a lot of my writing is in Scotland.
Hmm.
I don't know why, really, but there you are. And it starts with this young man of 16 and his cousin. They're in the square, and they're hanging around with fags out of their mouths and, like 16-year-olds do. And a girl passes, a beautiful girl with hair down to her waist and beautiful legs and so on. And they think, oh, she's a bit of all right. And the story moves on to where he is kind of obsessed with this lovely girl. And so he asks her out, but he doesn't know that she's a seductress. And
Mm,
she seduces any young man that she comes into contact with. And this is what she does with him.
mm,
And he refuses to do it, to
mm.
take part. And so she and her family accuse him of rape.
Oh,
And so he gets back to school, and the headmaster says, "I just had a letter from your hometown to say that you have been accused of rape," and he's absolutely horrified. But the point of the story is that,
mm,
but from then on, his parents are actors, and in the time of the court case and the time he's got about a month in which he's got to wait. So his parents say, "Why don't you come with us and see us acting?" And so he goes with them to act, to see them. And during that time, he suddenly realizes that his genes, those long, long genes of actors, are in him. And so he changes his direction. So instead of being a doctor, he changes to become an actor, and that's where the story goes on.
yeah.
Sorry to say so much.
So it's an amazing story. No, it's fascinating, and you told it well. And we spoke before the interview that it feels like this is a movie waiting to be made. Have you envisioned this as a film?
No, never thought of
No.
it. No,
Okay. Well, it
no.
should be. I mean, I think that the word's out there now, the story's out there
Great.
now.
That'll
Hopefully,
be nice.
somebody picks it up and wants to turn it into a screenplay because
Yeah,
it'd be a compelling drama, I think.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially in today's times where you said people are easily accused of sexual misconduct
Yeah.
and often it's unfounded for sure.
And also behind the story is that you can change your direction if you want.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
don't need to be stuck somewhere. You can, if you want to go. I mean, I've done it, haven't I? I've gone
Yeah,
from music. I mean, music means orchestras, singers, directors, lots of people.
yeah,
Writing means I just sit in front of my computer and write.
right.
Quite different.
But you're enjoying it's the creative process. So
Love
those
it.
same skills that you're drawing upon as a
Love it.
performer, you're drawing upon as a writer, right? And you're
Yes, but I didn't
crafting the
know.
stage show in your head, I guess, in a
Yeah.
way.
I had no idea how much I
Yeah,
loved it
yeah.
until I started.
Wonderful, wonderful. Are you thinking about any other books? Tell us a little bit about your writing
Yes.
career now.
Yes, I've got two more books on the go. Yes.
Okay. Tell us
Yes.
about those.
Well, the next book is about a Jewish family
Hmm.
and during the war, and they're living in Berlin, and they know that any day the Gestapo are going to arrive
Mm.
and take them away. So the mother plans that if this happens, she hides her two youngest children in a big basket in the nursery. And this happens. The Gestapo come in. She quickly puts them in the basket and says, "Never forget me, but don't come out until it's quiet." And so they are taken away. And the next bit is when the two little girls get out of the basket and what happens to them. And they end up going to America. And it's quite an involved story, actually.
Amazing. Amazing. Well, that sounds like a wonderful premise for a story as well. And your other book you said you're working on two, right?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
that's about two-thirds of the way. It's about a young woman who's married to a Labour politician
Hmm.
who is just a kind of appendage to him.
Yeah.
She's glamorous, and that's all she thinks she's worth. And by chance, she gets an opportunity to become the Labour representative of her hometown in Scotland again,
Mm.
and how she becomes the Labour representative and what happens to her life through this change. So that's on its way.
Wonderful. That sounds great as well. For Vindication, is there a message you want readers to take away from it?
That honesty. See, one thing about the young man, Jamie, he's called,
Mhm.
is that he's a little old-fashioned.
Yeah.
I mean, a young, beautiful young girl offers herself to him, and he doesn't want to do it because he wants, old-fashioned wise, he wants to wait until the girl that he falls in love with.
Mm,
Now that might be old-fashioned today, mightn't it?
right.
But that is the message in a way.
Yeah.
And the vindication uh, was thought up because he was vindicated by the fact that the girl was proven to be totally
Probably a
not,
liar.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
amazing. And also, he's kind of vindicated in his own life journey. He thought he wanted to be
yeah,
a doctor, and he found another love as well, which is acting. So,
yes,
it's too late to discover your passions for sure. This book is terrific.
absolutely.
Yeah, folks, this book is terrific. It's called Vindication. It is a compelling story that follows a young man accused of a crime he did not commit and his journey of self-discovery through the world of acting. In this book, you will explore themes of redemption and ambition and how life's unexpected turns can lead to newfound and profound passions. Elizabeth, thank you so much for joining me here today on Spotlight.
Thank you. It's been a great pleasure.
It's
Nice
been a
to have
great
met you.
pleasure.
Thank
Nice to
you.
have met you as well. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time
Thank
this
you
time and
very
company.
much indeed. Bye bye.
Bye bye.